recognizing the time here and just say that tonight is I guess it's this morning now, but today is a big step forward for better health care for everyone in Windsor and Essex. And this has been something that I was here in that building in 2012 when Dave Cook and others came to talk about what they're going to do and how they're going to move forward. And I've kept abreast of the process, been informed of the process, and I know that it's taken years. And I know that the process has been very transparent. I know that there were 67 public consultations, 67 different public consultations with respect to the location of the hospital. But I also recognize as mayor of the city that not everyone is in agreement with the decision to locate the hospital in that location. And tonight was an opportunity to hear the feedback, hear ideas, hear the concerns. And they're not new concerns. I mean it when I read the tweets, I read the emails that come in from camp and others who are sharing ideas and thoughts. I've engaged with people in the past on different issues when they send them in. And what I was really looking for tonight, because this is a very technical matter, 522 pages plus CAMP's report and plus several submissions from other people and organizations, is really trying to tease out someone who could share the other side and make me feel like, okay, you're a planner, give me the other side so I can, weigh what's in front of me from the hospital's experts and from other experts. And I didn't find, and I respect that the Architects Association came, but I know they're not planners, they're architects. There are people who are passionate about planning, but they may not have the credentials or qualifications, just a feeling inside. And I was waiting to get some real information that would help me counter the reports that were in front of us. And I really don't feel like I got anything but opinion from people. And so then I'm left to listen to the questions and answers. I thought they were very good questions that came out. And I thought the answers were spectacular. I thought the answers provided by the planners, they thought they did a great job answering the concerns that were raised. And having read the material, and having been around here for 12 years, and having sat on PAC and gone through a number of different zoning matters, I felt very comfortable with the responses and the material that was presented. I do want to say that it would be, notwithstanding the material that's here, let's go back just a few years ago when my predecessor was sitting in this chair, and many of us were around the table. We know that the city, as a city, we offered the land directly across the street to compete in the process that the hospital went through. We offered the land right across the street, folks, on our airport property. And so that was put out there because we believed that that would have been a good option at the time, the group that was around the table, that was a viable option to submit to the hospital steering committee. And they didn't choose that option. They went through their process. They chose the place across the street, which brings us here today. And again, even back to 2003 brings us here today, because that's when we annexed the 6,500 acres from the town of Tecumseh. And at some point, some council was going to be sitting around the table saying, okay, we've got to do a secondary plan to activate land. We have to do a number of things to move this process forward. And so I don't believe that this is going to hollow out the core, that this is going to harm the city, that this is going to be a problem in any way. I really don't believe that. And I think Doris Benko said, if you aren't 100% behind this, vote no. And that's a good idea. And then I listened, and I am 100% behind this. I think it's the right move. I think it's the right location. And I think as a city, we're going to be the beneficiaries of the development that happens in that area. And I do believe, to the extent that there are business owners or physicians who own buildings who decide to buy land closer to the hospital and open up a shop there, their places that are downtown or elsewhere in the city will be repurposed. And there have been, and I'm going to say this, there have been some scare tactics put out there. Folks have tried to make it look like this is going to decimate the city. I think one of the councilors said it's 42 and nowhere else. That's never been part of the conversation. Never has it been just to talk about a single site acute care hospital. It's always been about what will be downtown. Will it be place on an urgent care center on the Grace site, or will it be the refurbishment of the Hotel Dieu site? And that is what the government has asked the folks at Windsor Regional Hospital to submit. Give us the numbers and show us why it's better to make the investment at Grace, which I argue is downtown, or make a reinvestment on the Hotel Dieu site. And so having one hospital on County Road 42 has never been part of the equation. There will always be a presence in the downtown of this city, always. And if that wasn't part of the plan, I don't think Dave Moucher would have ever called several years ago. It was always part of the plan that they were going to have a presence downtown. So anyone who leaves here this morning, anyone who's reading the paper tomorrow or watching the news or listening to the radio, this has never been about one hospital on County Road 42, a regional hospital that, you know, if you put it downtown, you would have not had the support from the county to move the project forward. It wouldn't happen. So you really are talking about a regional hospital in a place that we can both agree to, or no hospital at all. Those are the two options in front of you. So I want a $2 billion investment in my community. I want that. I think that people in this community deserve better health care. Because guess what? If we pass and we say we don't care, it's not in the right place, we're gonna move on. If we take a pass on that, it's gonna go to another community and all of us are gonna pay for it. You're all gonna be paying provincial tax and we're all paying for a hospital somewhere else. So tonight is a big step forward for better health care for everyone in Windsor, Essex, and I'm happy to raise my hand to support that. Madam Clerk, record